Welcome to the Professor Slots Podcast. You know how you put a lot of time and energy into your slots play for not nearly enough wins? Yeah, I get it. I'm here to help you change that. If you're trying to accelerate your slots momentum, become more profitable, and win more than ever before, today's episode will help you move forward with confidence. Hello, slots enthusiasts. It's great to hang out with you again for another Professor Slots Podcast, which I do every few days to help you improve your slots performance, lead with your winnings, and ultimately change your life for the better. And hopefully I'm going to change your life a little bit today so you can visit your casino and play slots smarter. And sometimes the best way we can do that to change slots enthusiasts' lives for the better is when they enter a business relationship with us. They become a client, they buy our online courses, they get coaching from us, whatever the case may be, because you have ways to take advantage of your casino, which allows you to impact how much you win and then leave with your winnings. In case you missed it on my last episode, I went over why slot machines are better than table games in the Maryland slots industry. I hope you enjoyed listening to my last episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Today's episode number 193 includes a review of the slots industry in Massachusetts later in the episode. But I'll begin for you today with how to get out of the casino with your winnings. None of us were born already knowing how to budget bankrolls for playing slots at casinos. Most internet advice for practical slots money management is all jumbled up with myths and misunderstandings. Let's discuss how to get out of the casino with your winnings successfully. I provide clarity on slots money management in 11 money management tips to keep your bankroll, as presented live in podcast episode 124. I sort through internet suggestions to uncover the best and most practical tips for you. But let's focus on just one bankroll money management technique, preserving gains. Revenue minus expenses equals profit. Revenue means winning at slots, but it's only turned into profit if you keep your gambling expenses low. Your casino has set itself up to be taken advantage of by you, one way or another. But everything goes sideways at those casinos if you're not using a slot strategy to try and take advantage of them. Right now, we're not talking about winning at slots, nor are we talking about assessing your casino to determine which of my winning slot strategies deliver a profit to you. Here, I'm assuming you've already figured that part out. Or will. Now we're talking about the money management method called preserving gains, because you've won, and your next steps, figuratively and literally, are critically significant. If we aim to take more money home than we arrived with, we need to try winning something. And before that winning happens, we avoid spending too much of our bankroll. That's lost limits. But let's say you've won. And if you've won as much as your bankroll, revenue equals expenses and profit is zero. In other words, it's a wash, although you may value the entertainment and club points earned on your card. Choosing not to make a profit is like going to any retail business or amusement park where you purchase what you want. But purchases are not the same as gambling. Winning on a slot machine means revenue can exceed expenses, sometimes by thousands of dollars. That's what most of us hope for, but few of us actually get. Instead, most of us go to a casino to purchase entertainment or to earn free stuff. And that's okay if those are your gambling goals. But some players want to make money gambling. Maybe you do too, even if it's not our primary goal. Most people go to a casino for entertainment value. Whether you take the money home or stay and use it to fund more entertainment is entirely up to you. Yet how do we take money home when it's so hard to leave a casino before spending all our bankroll and winnings beforehand? In other words, how do we preserve our gains? Systematically protect your winnings when playing a specific slot machine, because whatever strategy you use includes timing your cash outs, and preserving gains goes alongside using a loss limit. Unlike loss limits, preserving gains isn't about losing money carefully. Instead, it's about your actions immediately following a win, perhaps even a substantial win. Let's review 4 possible winning scenarios and what to do when you experience each. Consider these triggers. First, let's say you get a win that doubles or more than doubles your original bankroll. If your gambling goal is to make money, my best advice is to go home. Second, let's say you win the amount of your initial bankroll. In this scenario, put those winnings aside to take home, but continue playing with the remainder of your original bankroll. If no other wins occur, you won't lose money on this gambling trip. I feel a certain amount of freedom when this happens, especially if it occurs soon after I arrive. Third, win only half your original bankroll but less than your initial bankroll. I recommend putting away 50% of your winnings where you won't spend it. The hope here is that it'll happen again. Fourth, win less than half of your original bankroll. Here, continue to play while reaching your loss limit, as that's why you have one. This scenario is typical for slots enthusiasts who randomly select slot machines. Here, consider using what you have left on another slot machine or not. You can continue to accept these losses because you can afford them, or check to see if my slot strategies work at your casino. It's your call. Two difficulties get in the way of keeping these scenarios practical. First, slot machines don't allow you to cash out only part of your bankroll. How do you eject only a portion? You can't. Herein lies the charm of not using all your bankroll at once. With only part of your bankroll inserted into that slot machine, you can print a voucher for the entire balance and enter more cash without stepping away from that winning slot machine. The second issue is where to put your winnings so you don't spend them. And there are so many ways to do this, so many ways that it gets confusing fast. One approach is to use a Winners Bank 200 or Gamble Gram Box, both available on Amazon. These lockable metal containers are slightly smaller than a wallet, if somewhat thicker. Lockable wallets allow players to push bills in through a slot while the container's key remains at home. Unfortunately, at most, it holds up to 30 or 50 bills, and both can jam well before inserting 30 bills. Binding is less likely if you elaborately fold each bill as instructed, but I doubt about how I might do that when sitting at a slot machine. Fortunately, neither lockable wallet is necessary if you instead develop a few good habits. In only a few tries, I've successfully used a pocket for the same purpose. And a typical men's jean front pocket will hold 100 bills of any denomination without any bills peeking out. The lockable wallets hold less than $10,000 in $100 bills. And if you use both front pockets, meaning you find someplace else to put your phone, that's 200 bills or $20,000. I've been there and done that. I use one front pocket as deposit only and the other for where I put the bankroll I'm working with. The bankroll pocket gets dipped into a lot since I don't tend to hold a fistful of money when I go from machine to machine during my casino visits. But the first pocket is for deposits only. You can train yourself to use your pockets this way. Because it is a habit, always use the same pocket for deposits only. You'll need to train yourself to take nothing out of it while at the casino. I recommend thinking long and hard before making a deposit. Once it's in there, it's not supposed to come out. Treat it that way. I was surprised that it only took me about 3 tries before I never took anything out of that pocket until I got home. For each attempt, the money stayed deposited longer and longer. By my 4th attempt, I got home with what I'd deposited. You can use a pocket once you get into a habit and never have to worry about losing a key to a lockable wallet, which in essence doesn't hold that much anyway. Pockets are much faster to work with in a busy casino environment rather than struggling with tightly folding bills and pushing them into lockable containers. And of course, it doesn't have to be the front pockets of a pair of jeans. It can be a wallet, purse, jacket pocket, and more. But getting into the habit is easier if you don't often switch what you use for deposits only. There are also hand pays, which present opportunities to get a cashier's check or put a large portion of it into income taxes. The simplest thing you can do is run. Get out. It might not be convenient because you might have just arrived, but get out works well. Whatever method you choose, work it out in advance. Winning money at slots is not when you're doing your best thinking. Know what you're going to do in advance. None of us were born knowing how to budget bankrolls. My audience tells me that when they win, they hear my voice saying, "Get out." Maybe you will too. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You'll also get 3 free valuable bonuses, including 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership group, where you get community support and accountability. Visit ProfessorSlots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. You can learn slot machine fundamentals by watching my free content, all 456 hours of it, with more coming out every day. Or I can guide you through it in an organized process for your convenience with a online course, 30 days to play slots smarter and win. It's your choice. 456 hours in 981 videos versus 3.5 hours and 30 easy lessons your grandmother Pearl would have no issue understanding. In the next segment of the show, I provide a brief overview of the current state of gambling in a U.S. state, territory, or the federal district, emphasizing the gaming industry for slots enthusiasts. Let's go over Massachusetts gaming industry for playing slots. Massachusetts slot machine casino gambling consists of 2 casino resorts, 1 slot machine parlor, and cruise ships with onboard casinos sailing to international destinations. The minimum legal gambling age in Massachusetts depends upon the gambling activity. For land-based casinos and poker rooms, it's 21. For bingo, the lottery, and parimutuel racing, it's 18. Massachusetts gaming regulation defined casino resorts as Category 1 and slots parlors as Category 2. Each casino category has a different income tax structure. For instance, the daily gross revenue tax for Category 1 resorts is 25%, while it's 40% for Category 2 slots parlors. In 2011, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts created 3 gaming regions, each with a casino resort gaming license. Eastern Region A. This license went to MGM, who constructed a casino in downtown Springfield. It opened on August 24, 2018. Western Region B. This license went to Wynn Resort, who constructed Encore Boston Harbor in Everett. It opened on June 24, 2019. Southeastern Region C. No license awarded. Next up is a usually short statement about slot machine private ownership, which I have included in case you live in this U.S. state and are considering owning a slot machine. Here it is. It is legal to own a slot machine privately in Massachusetts if it is 30 years old or older. The Massachusetts Gaming Commission, Mass Gaming, became law on November 22, 2011, when Governor Deval Patrick signed the Expanded Gaming Act. In this section, I discuss gambling establishments. Massachusetts has 3 commercial casinos, including 2 casino resorts and 1 slots parlor, as well as cruise ships with onboard casinos sailing from the port of Boston to international destinations. The 3 commercial casinos are Encore Boston Harbor in Everett, 5 miles north of downtown Boston, MGM Springfield, 92 miles west of Boston and 26 miles north of Hartford, Connecticut, and Plain Ridge Park Casino in Plainville, 36 miles southwest of Boston and 20 miles northeast of Providence, Rhode Island, now under new management. In 2016, the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe presented plans for their first light casino and resort in Taunton in Eastern Region C. If opened, this tribal casino would be the largest casino in Massachusetts. However, construction of this casino is on hold due to lengthy and ongoing legal battles, as reported in 2020 by WBUR News. A second tribal casino on Martha's Vineyard, Aquina Cliffs Casino, remains on hold since 2019 pending building permits required by local zoning laws. For updates along with the casino map, see my webpage for the state at professorslots.com/MA. As an alternative to enjoying Massachusetts slot machine casino gambling, consider exploring casino options in a nearby state. Bordering Massachusetts is, to the north, New Hampshire and Vermont. To the east, the Atlantic Ocean. To the south, Connecticut and Rhode Island. And to the west, New York. To visit any of my articles on these U.S. states, simply visit professorslots.com followed by its 2-letter postal designation. For example, my New Hampshire slots article is available at professorslots.com/NH. Massachusetts gaming regulations have set a minimum theoretical payout of 80% for gaming machines. Monthly revenue reports for each casino are publicly available from Mass Gaming. These return statistics offer casino hold percentages as slot hold percent and player win percentages as slot payout percent. I've created a post for Massachusetts slots return to player, but showing the colorful graphs I've made are problematic on a podcast, but you can visit professorslots.com/MA for the link in the theoretical payouts and return statistics section of that slots article. In summary, Massachusetts slot machine casino gambling consists of 2 commercial casinos, a slots parlor, and cruise ships offering onboard casinos when traveling to international destinations. Want to take the next step to accelerate your slots journey? Well, take my 6-week advanced course Slots Labs with group coaching. Every week, we focus on what you need to win at slots and leave with your winnings. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses, including my mini course, 7 Gambling Secrets, my Slots Fundamentals course, 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win, because it's a prerequisite for Slots Labs, and strategy meetings with me. Visit professorslots.com/SL to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and cost. But fair warning, this course is not for the faint of heart. It will take hard work, a time commitment of an average of around 5 or 6 hours per week, and sometimes more, sometimes less. We want you to know this going into the Slots Labs experience so that you can get the most coming out of it. Seating is limited and the course fills up fast. The next episode of the Professor Slots podcast will include another slots-related topic and a review of the slots industry in Michigan. That's the end of another great episode of the Professor Slots podcast. Thanks so much for listening. I plan to have the next episode come out very soon for you, where I'll have more amazing content for the show. Until the next episode, have fun, be safe, and make smart choices. Bye.